for joining me and welcome to my channel. This is your reading for the week of August 24th. I think it's to September 1st, isn't it? Let's see. My name is Veroosh and welcome to my channel. It's the 31st. Okay, so we're still in August for the rest of this reading. I thought I would do a different reading with you guys than the 7-day one. I thought I would use the Romance Angels and do a 9-card spread for every single sign. So I hope you guys get like situated, get comfortable, and enjoy the show. Before I begin, I just want to acknowledge something. I'm debating whether to say anything or not, but it's important. So in my last video, I mentioned about all sign and pick a card being a type of reading that I created. That means I have intellectual property rights to it. And as you guys know, in the tarot community, a lot of people have, taken up or doing these types of readings. The majority, most of 99% of the people who are doing this came on way later to do readings on YouTube. For a while, I was very patient with them, specifically because some of them were very young. I assumed that they didn't know. Also, there was a lot of gaslighting going on, which means that people who were competing with me or who had targeted me, mostly for racial reasons, I believe, or racial supremacy, they created an environment in which I think it was hard for people to get the message about what was going on. So there was two parallel situations going on. There was the racist harassment, and those are the people who showed up in Vancouver and were trying to contact me inappropriately and cause me problems. And then there was the pick a card all sign people. Having said that, I think we're at a point where that message has been given to all the people. Like, everybody knows that I created this, and the people who choose to continue to make these types of videos, they have had more than ample forewarning that this is my creation, and I don't give them the permission to do that. As viewers, I don't want to tell you guys who to watch or whatever, but as a person myself, I would be very skeptical of the moral compass of people who are willfully appropriating somebody else's work, particularly in a situation where that person was getting hurt, and that was the reason why they couldn't gain the benefit of their creation. I created pick a card and all sign so that I would have an advantage for my channel. It's an honest way to compete, and appropriating that, using that without permission is just predacious. It's very immoral in my opinion. It shows a lack of character. It shows an attitude. So this is the part where I was really hesitant to say something, but let's say it. In the world, we're so worried about how we're worried about how Trump is behaving, how he's this asshole, and he's a horrible dude, and he's doing all these problems. We love to use people and one thing as a point, an object, that's the technical way to say it, that we ground all of our collective animosities, fears, the cognitive dissonance that we live with, the hypocrisy that we live with, the paradoxes. We ground them in one person and then project them into that person and say, well, the reason everything's going bad is this one person. And I think that that's the first step in not repairing things. I'm not defending him in any way, but look at this pick a card and all signs situation. how so many people, these bottom feeders, are willing to exploit somebody else's work and efforts for their own commercial gain. And so it's important for us to talk about it because it's dirty. It's dirty on all sorts of different levels. There's a lot of gaslighting going on. I had a show called Soulful Sundays for a long time on YouTube, and in 2016, 2017, 2018, and I see that now somebody has taken a play off of that name. This is a person who is copied All Sign and Pick a Card a lot, and she's done it more because now she's getting benefit from it. And I've seen her copy other things, like when a reader left YouTube, she made a series featuring that reader's name in her titles. So it's all clickbait kind of manipulation. So I'm in a position to do some things about it, and I've been really putting things off. The reason I'm mentioning it today is because in my last video I had made some mention of this in one of the parts of the video, and basically, sorry, I read a comment and I have to keep focus. So basically, shoot, I forgot. Sorry, I was reading a question. What did I want to say? Oh, shoot. Oh, so in the last video I mentioned it, and there was a lot of dislikes on the video. But, yeah, so thanks, guys, for sticking up for me in the comments. But the thing is that I just made a mention of this, and there's more of a like entitled attitude that is fostered now that they've gotten away with it for a couple years. They think that this is like a free-for-all, and she, you know, and that basically they got away with it. But the point is that I haven't done anything about it yet. But I am at that point where, you know, trying to in some way clarify with people and tell people what's going on is kind of reaching a futile point, and I'm seeing the narcissism and the entitlement from these creators that are appropriating this, thinking that they now, because there hasn't been punishment or there hasn't been recourse in this situation, I think that they feel that it's enabled them and that's permissive of oh, all my friends are defending me. Thanks, guys. But the thing is that I think that they've misunderstood kindness for weakness. And it's very important, just because I mentioned just briefly the fact that it's my creation, my intellectual property that they're using. I had, I think, 25 dislikes, and they all came in at the same time in the evening. So when we were sleeping in North America, so it's somebody probably from Europe or Asia that is doing that, because it was like 12 or 13 dislikes came in all together. That's called trolling. It's not a big deal, but I just want you guys to know, and if you provoke me, I'm not going to react, I'm going to respond, and you know, I don't feel it's fair what's happened with this, and I am in a position to do something about it. So that's all I have to say about that. So sorry if you guys don't like hearing about it, but that's the truth. I find it offensive. And when we look at the world at large and we wonder, I see these conversations all the time, and you know, my background's in political science, right? And like just my whole education was about human rights and, you know, people in the world, and like, and I also do psychology, so it's all about how people interact in the world and all that. And so one of the things that I always kind of think about is the disconnect between what we want as individuals for ourselves and our countries, and how that translates to the public stage. And this is sort of like an example of what happens, because as individuals, the majority of you guys would find that very offensive, and the majority of you guys see how unfair this is for me, or how if this would be unfair for somebody else going through this. It happens to people over and over again in many different industries, right? And so, but yet there's always these channels through which that are enabled by corporations. And I don't mean like YouTube channels, I mean like avenues through which these bottom feeders get to come in and somehow exploit the system and push people down. And I'm not a person you can push down. I'm a nice person, so I do give consideration. I don't want to hurt people. But now I'm seeing the entitlement and the narcissism, and these are the types of situations I don't back off on. So that's all I had to say. Sorry for the long intro, but let's get into the reading. Today's reading is going to be long, and I just want to say thank you guys for listening in the comments. I feel like I have so many supporters, and whenever I speak to this, we talk about negative things and, you know, difficult situations. I really believe we all go through these things, and this is like a point of learning and sharing with other people, because I'm sure it happens to many of you in your lives as well. And we are told in our governments and societies, our friend circles, families, to back off. And this is how people like this play. Psychopaths are at the top. And we can't be sheep. This is like a thing about being sheep and all of these things. So we often talk about how, like, the negative stuff, but I do really want to recognize that there's tons of readers on YouTube that haven't copied me, and especially people who have been around a long time. They have really high standards and morals. So if you want to know whether somebody's like a decent person, that's how I would see it. I mean, if somebody has a ton of subscribers and they're popping out pick-a-cards every day or all signs every day, they've been around, they know the story. You know, it would be very strange for them to not know it. And if you want a good reader, then you might find one in going through their channel and not seeing this appropriation. So to all of you guys, the followers, the subscribers, the other readers on YouTube, the astrologers on YouTube that have really high standards, I really thank you guys for respecting my my personal creation, my intellectual property. I don't say it enough. So I do know that there's many of you guys who reached out to me, who are on my side, who feel the same way as I do. Unfortunately, this is a very common thing. I'm not upset about it in the sense that, oh, boo-hoo me, this never happens to anyone. This is a common thing in society, and I hope that we begin to change it. And the only way that we begin to change it and respect the individual, this is a human rights issue, right, is by talking about it. So I'll be the guinea pig, you know, I'll do it because it's important. Okay, so thanks to everybody who's awesome. Screw you to everybody who isn't. And I really encourage you to stop doing pick a card and all sign, because it's unethical. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. I was meaning this to be 3 minutes, not 13, but that's okay. Let's do this. There's a lot to say. It's been an ongoing situation for a long time. All right. And all of you guys, like, share, and subscribe to make the energy real. Share the message today. Put in extra likes and comments. That would be great. Okay, so let's do it. Yeah, and if you are another so I can't read your comments. I'll read your guys' comments later, but if you're a tarot card reader who feels the same way, DM me on IG. So that's the best way to get in touch with me to talk about it. Okay, so Tauruses. Okay. And I'm not going to discuss why you think you're entitled to using pick a card and all sign in DMs. It's just not functional. But if you want support for your human rights, if you want support for your intellectual property, then contact me on IG. All right. Okay, let's rock and roll, guys. So we start with Tauruses. Okay, Taurus energy is good. So today we're not doing, I guess I should do the intro. We'll do Taurus in a sec. Do the time cap, I'll show you guys. So we're going to do a different spread than the 7-day spread. We're just going to do the 9-card spread, and I'm just going to get right into it. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy it. Okay, so let's rock and roll. So we have the 8 of Pentacles, Taurus. We're taking a look at how your week is. Page of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Page of Wands, Sagittarius or Aries, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Okay, so I have a feeling that you're working around younger people who have dependence on you, Taurus. So you're around people who in some way may have less experience or maybe younger than you, and they are drawing upon your expertise or learning. I have a feeling that they're sort of distracting energy. That's not a bad thing. It's just they're young and they have whatever going on. So we have the Hanged Man next. There's delays with work this week, Taurus. There's definitely something that you're waiting for to bring forward, but there's going to be a delay. And then we have the King of Cups at the center. Some of you guys, especially those of you who are in a relationship with someone who has children from a previous relationship, the kind of, how do you say, the coming together of the family or like the blending has had its rocky bits, but I do feel as though it's going to turn for the better. So if you have a partner who has a couple kids from a different relationship and those kids have been giving you a hard time, particularly if they're like 8 years old to like 12, so like preteens, you know, like little kid preteens, then I think that they're going to really come around for you and you might start seeing this energy, okay? And then we have the Ace of Wands. I have a feeling that somebody is going to give you, some of you guys are going to get a reference from someone. Somebody's going to give you the go-ahead to push you forward in a new direction. You have been waiting for this, and it's going to come through. I have a feeling that you might be interested in someone who has children also, and that there's been delays around, if you're in a relationship or interested in someone who has kids, then I feel like there's been delays around that, and you're waiting for everything to come together, but it is coming together, which is the Ace of Wands. Then we have the 10 of Swords, okay? You have to wait out a situation. The reason there's delays is that something's not working on another end. So something to do with something else, not you, in the situation you're waiting for is really not working out. And so you are now waiting for that situation to resolve so that you can move forward with things. Here is the next message. We have the King of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, secondary transits in fire, Sag, Leo, or Aries. And then we have the Death card. Okay, so death is change and transformation, Taurus. And then on the bottom we have the 10 of Pentacles, with family and trust. So the primary thing that I'm picking up for you guys this week is that we are really taking a look at people coming together, families coming together, and people blending, and there's been definite delays with regard to how harmonious these things have been, but those things are changing. And so I feel as though the opposition to some kind of change and transformation is going to be removed. Somebody has a strong opinion about something in a negative light, and they have been stopping progress in a situation. And I feel like now that is going to come to an end, and that situation can now move forward much more faster. And there's loyalty and trust in a situation as well. Somebody could be changing their opinion of a situation, which is opening the door up for you to move forward, Taurus. So let's just summarize a little bit. I switched gears from explaining the first thing to now to reading your sign. So let's just go a little slower for your sign. Basically, I think that you're really focused on work at this time, Taurus. Work or completing something, doing something well. And there's like pernicious, like young energy, youthful, jovial, immature, kind of wasteful at times. And so this energy is distracting you from your work, but you have to wait for something anyway, it's saying. And so while you wait for it, something opens up for you, a blockage is removed. And especially if there's been someone who's been vehemently in opposition to where you want to go, that person's opinion is going to change or is going to be removed. And so there's going to be progress by the end of the week, okay? So that's all I got for you guys. I'll come back. Check out the love reading that I did for you guys yesterday. It's at the end of the video and in the description once we're done. Okay, so thanks for watching. Now let's move on to the next sign. And we have Sagittarius. Okay, so Sag, let's take a look at your reading for this week. Okay, just settling in now. Okay, Sag, let's see what's going on for you guys this week. So we have the moon. So you start off the week kind of like a murky territory, not really sure about which way to go. Maybe you've received some new information and you're wondering about it. There's something that you need to look deeper at. Then we have the Seven of Wands. So sticking up for yourself in a circumstance. Basically what this is telling me is that you are in some way taking a look. You know something is not right or not legit and you need to hold your ground. It's saying hold your ground and don't be persuaded about, you know, like when people tell you, oh, don't pay attention to that, but you're like, there's something wrong there with what's being said and I want to know more. Don't let other people distract you, it's saying, from looking deeper at a situation. Nine of Cups. There's something in it that is of value to you that you're going to find out, Sagittarius. Let's see the next sign. Page of Wands. Sag, Leo, or Aries, secondary transits in Earth. Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, secondary transits in Earth, as I said. Okay, so there's some possibility of a new adventure, Sagittarius, a new direction that you want to take, but it's obscured. It's like you have to, it's not very clear, but you want to keep your focus on that direction, and the path forward is a very good path. It's just right now it's not very clear that it's there. It's almost like the feeling of a needle in the haystack, where there's something really good for you in that direction, but all the pieces are not there yet, so it's not very clear that this is an opportunity for you. Act early and you'll be successful in this direction. So when you see, oh, there's something there for me to pay attention to, this direction that you're interested in, the direction you want to take, or the information you're receiving, hold on to that focus so that you can go in that direction early. You'll find more success if you go early. Here is the next message. Four of Wands, home, family, connection. I do feel as though people around you, family members or people who you're really close with, might distract you. So they may just not understand what you've cut on. So you sort of need to, in some way, eliminate the outside noise and outside circumstances. So, you know, you want to eliminate the background noise, the interjections of family members. They might be distracting you from the direction you need to go. And then we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, so you might be beginning a new path towards a new home. That doesn't mean that you'll move this week, but you might start deciding, oh, I want to move, or I want to buy something. Definitely taking a step forward. Whatever direction you're taking, Sag, you're starting from a point from limited information. So from the onset of this, you may not find very much information about it. You might not know very much information about what you're interested about. But given time, this is going to be, you have a good hunch. You have a good, you know, whatever you're feeling about this opportunity is a good one. And so don't back off of it. Keep learning, keep pursuing it. It's going to have a good outcome. here is the next card. We have the Temperance card, Sag, Leo, or Aries. I have a feeling this card is going to come up a lot right now. I have a feeling that definitely take your time with learning something this week. As you learn something, it's going to grow into a wonderful opportunity that I think that you're very interested in, or will be very interested in, that will be of great value to you. Now, also in love, hold your ground. So if you're in a relationship, or if you have a crush or something, hold your ground in a situation. Your confidence in this situation will lead you to getting very good, like that person's going to have a lot of respect for you for holding pace and going in that direction, and you know, taking that path. So hold your ground steady. So if you know they're playing, or if your partner, or if your love interest is some way playing around with, oh, let's go Wednesday, let's go Thursday, hold your ground on the day that's best for you, and help them fall in line to what you feel is the best path, you know. So, and you will receive love for it. So I think there's a feeling that if you in some way stand your ground, or you know, how do you say, stand your ground, or if you in some way defy, or are defiant towards someone that you love, that you're going to lose their love. I think this is saying that you're going to keep their love, and if anything, I think they're going to learn to respect you more. Then we have the Two of Pentacles, steady progress forward. Ace of Pentacles, you're definitely beginning something new, Sag. On a financial front, a new opportunity. On the bottom, we have the Queen of Wands. That's you. I would say move very quickly this week, Sag, onto what you want. When I say move quickly, I don't mean physically relocate. I mean move forward towards that which you want. With a love interest, yeah, you're working some things out, I think. I think you're working some things to do with approach out, and be patient with that. It's like two different worlds coming together, so you in some way have to respect, you know, just allow these two worlds to come together slowly, and the outcome will be a very positive one. Otherwise, I think you're going to be very high vibration this week, so you can achieve a lot. You can make your demands this week, I feel, on people. If you're in an interview, you're going to shine this week. Anything to do with persuasion, I think that you're going to really be like in a prominent position to get things ahead. So whatever you do, put a lot of yourself out there, and you will find success for that. Okay, so new beginnings for Sag. At first it seemed like a little bit, you know, the moon, like not sure what's all this about, but I think it's going to turn out the best. Okay, so, or very well. Aquarius next. Okay, when I roll the dice, do you guys really notice whether or not, sorry, I keep reading your guys' comments. Hi guys, keep talking, you guys just chat. But whenever I roll the dice, the order of the readings to me always really feels like the right order, if that makes sense. So the signs that are up front tend to have very powerful messages, whereas the latter signs, they have like a quieter energy. But it always feels like the signs that come up first, they're somehow grouped together energetically. I'm not fully sure on what that is, but it really does feel that way, that that the order of the rolling of the dice really follows this energetic kind of cohesion. I don't know. Let me know in the comments if you feel that way too. Aquarius next. Hi, my little weirdos. Okay, so let's rock and roll and take a look at your cards. Okay, so first is first. Okay, so we have the moon again. Okay, so moon, Pisces. Aquarius knows a secret about something, or you're caught onto something, you figured something out. Okay, and I think that you're like looking at a situation and you're trying to figure it out. You're looking at a situation and you are in some way, like your spidey senses are tingling and you want to explore it. Knight of Pentacles, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, secondary transits in air. I think that you're, how do you say this? Like you're flip on a switch. That's what Aquarians do. You're sort of going in a different direction. And in some way you have to kind of reconcile that with the people around you, because it's not that you're moving or something physical, but I do feel like maybe you're going a slightly different direction. You're approaching things in a different direction. Like something else has caught your attention and now you are sort of pursuing that. You're taking a look at it. Then we have the Star. That's your guys' card, the Aquarian card. You really are feeling you're being guided to a new direction, Aquarius. You're being guided to a new direction, and it's like the new thing that's going to be a big part of your life. You pick up on these things way before everybody else does, right? So you know that there's something there for you before everybody else has figured it out. So what this is saying is like, tell them kindly, like explain to the people around you kindly that you're interested in something, that your attention is going in a particular direction. You might not want to share all of it, but I think that you need to kind of, I think it's saying like communicate to the people around you what's going on, or they might feel rejected or abandoned by you. Okay, let's see the next message. We have the Lovers card, which is Gemini. There's definitely a feeling of somebody around you, Aquarius. Somebody around you is in some way like there's something that you're interested in, and then there's someone who cares a lot about you, who's near you in some way, who is a family member, a relationship, to whom you have to explain that yet again you're going in a new direction with things. So I think that you're going to, what I feel very strongly is break the news to them gently. Like what you understand, they don't understand, and I feel like you're supposed to tell them, you know, or kind of somehow let them know that once again you're pursuing something else, you know, and that's beyond you. That's a part of your nature, you know, to seek adventure, to seek opportunity in new directions. And when you feel it, like it's toxic, you know, excuse me, I keep reading comments. You guys aren't interrupting me with comments. Keep talking. They're good. But the thing is that the Aquarian spirit is very much like, and I have an Aquarian moon, it's like you're going somewhere with things, and if once you know, you see, this is an Aquarian process, you see something on the horizon, like an opportunity, you feel it first, and suddenly your world doesn't feel well anymore. Whatever you're doing, whatever you've been doing, doesn't feel right anymore. And as this event or opportunity or whatever is going on comes closer, whatever you have going on starts feeling worse and worse and worse. And Aquarians have this visceral response to opportunities. You can't help it, but for whatever reason, pursue an opportunity, pursue a certain direction, and whatever you have going around you, that's on its way out, starts to feel very malignant and very toxic, and like you have to get rid of it. And so you don't want to throw out the baby with the bathwater. That's almost the saying here, is that this new opportunity that's coming closer for you, you have to in some way be very careful as you're shifting your reality. You don't in some way throw out whoever it is that's attached to this old thing. Okay, here is the next message. We have the Sun in the center, moving forward, moving and happiness together. I really sense a deep connection with someone here, whether it's someone new, maybe it's someone from your past that you're thinking about, but I feel like there's definitely this feeling that there's two people who are present who share a deep love for each other. So that's going to happen for you this week. And then we have the Two of Swords. Okay, and so I feel like you're going to have to make some decisions. You don't have to make them yet, so you can put off making the decision for later, because I think that you feel the need to decide and organize right away. It's saying wait, in time you're going to figure it out. Okay, so maybe that's what the moon is about too. This kind of decision between someone who you love. This person is going to bring, whoever is in your life, they're going to bring in really beautiful things in for you. If you're single and you're feeling that there's someone, like you're feeling this love energy from someone you don't know yet, that person is going to come in and bring you love. Don't worry about so much about making it happen. It's going to come together of its own ways, and I think that very soon you will see the manifestation. These 4 cards to me are really showing a powerful connection between 2 people. Then we have the Temperance card. See, this is everywhere, Sagittarius energy. But this is fire, fire. There's a passion to move forward, take your time in a relationship. Allow yourself to go forward with this new project, new idea that's on the horizon, but also don't be so afraid that, just be very gentle with the people, with that person that you care so much about. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, there's a lot for you to learn in this situation. There's still, you know, this new thing that you're pursuing. It's going to take time for you to really learn it and grow into it. Ace of Pentacles. See, new physical opportunity, financial opportunity, all that kind of stuff. And so yeah, new financial opportunity, new breakthrough, new direction, but it's going to take time to develop. So don't like break up with your boyfriend and girlfriend because you're moving to Mexico, you know, to pursue diamond mining. I don't know. But like grow into that and don't throw out this person. This person means a lot to you and will mean a lot to you. And if you're single, there's somebody who is on your path who will bring a lot of meaning and opportunity in your life. That's the Wheel of Fortune right there. Okay, so a lot of good things for Aquarius. I hope that made sense. All right, so now let's take a look at your next sign. Gemini. Hi, Gemini. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's take a look at your cards. Okay, so. Okay, so Gemini's first card for the week, we have the 2 of Pentacles. So you've begun something and you're working really hard towards making it a reality. So you're putting a lot of effort and a lot of kind of initial startup energy to get something moving in a positive direction. Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Secondary transits in water, Pisces, Cancer, and Scorpio. So I feel as though there's someone around you. She might be a water sign woman. She could be a man also. Let's look at this card. We have the 9 of Swords. You're waiting on somebody who you have begun something, and there's somebody else who's attached to this situation. And I feel like there is still some kind of coming to terms with how things work between the 2 of you. This is some kind of work relationship, friendship, maybe even family. But she's been brought on board to a project that you're working on, and there's a little bit of a disconnect with how you each work in situations. So you're waiting to communicate with her to figure things out. The next step in this situation is to talk to each other to figure out, you know, it's like somebody who shows up late to work all the time, or someone who is doing something that is just in a way that's coming into conflict with how you want to see things done. So there's definitely a conversation that needs to happen over that to figure out if people are on the same page. 3 of Wands. Okay, so you're beginning something new, Gemini, and there's going to be good outcomes, or good, good things coming in to support you in that journey, to take you in that direction. Let's see the next message. We have the 4 of Swords, which means that you're sort of resting. This is a quiet week for you, Gemini, actually. I feel like there's a lot of work to be done, but this is a bigger picture thing. It's not just this week. And you'll be resting a lot this week. while this situation around you is sort of dormant, it's kind of, there's something, there's someone who has like is hurt. This Queen of Cups, when she has the Nine of Swords around her, she's like carrying some kind of hurt. So she might just not be at her best right now, whoever this is in your life, because she has recently gone through a breakup, something has happened in her life. And so that's slowing down how fast things are moving. And so therefore you get a bit of rest as you're waiting for things to come out. Okay, so here is the next message. We have the Ace of Wands. And so, okay, so good things will come through. You just relax this week, Gemini. Good outcomes will come, good opportunity. Something is going to change for the better. Something new is going to come in. Something new is going to come in to help the situation along. And then we have the Queen of Swords. That's you, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. I have a feeling that you need distance from a situation, Gemini, to make up your mind to decide what you want to do and which direction you're going to go. I think that it's going to work. This week you're supposed to take some downtime and rest. And when you take downtime and rest, you will get distance from a situation, and then you will in some way get kind of perspective by gaining the distance. Two of Cups next. So you and her have a very tender relationship. I do feel like a close kinship, a friendship, family member. So it's not easy for you to, in some way, I don't know, just turn your back on or remove yourself. And I think that you will ultimately choose to support them, and then they will come around, and whatever situation that you're involved in where somebody's kind of not at their best and they're kind of adding problems to circumstances, I feel like that's going to turn around and they're going to be very forthcoming and helpful and supportive to you. Ace of Cups. So change is coming through. There will be a decision maybe to move or change residence or work. There might be a situation that's like an impasse, and you're going to change something around this week, Gemini. We have the Emperor. So this is career kind of reading for you guys this week. It really feels like you have to wait for the storm or a situation to blow over. And I feel like once you assess everything that's going on, you are going to make a decision to change, transform something. It's not working the way it's happening. And because it's a new fledgling thing, something new you're nurturing, you are going to have to kind of reorganize it before, like it's like a little seedling that's growing crooked. You need to make sure that it's growing straight up, or it's going to continue to grow crooked and is going to become more of a problem as things continue. So ultimately you're going to have to change things up a little bit. You're definitely changing your environment. You're making a decision about something. If this is your daughter, she's really upset about something, and you might actually move to help her along in a better direction. So you might be making a critical choice out of love and respect for somebody else. This could be also for your partner, where they're really frustrated by something, disappointed by something, and a quick change happens for you on the heels of that, okay? And you're going to get your mind crystal clear about this. And then you're going to choose, look, Two of Cups, Ace of Cups. You're going to choose the direction of love, and that's going to be prosperous. Okay, so that's Gemini. Let's do the next sign. Sorry. We have Pisces next. Hi, Pisces. Let's get weird, or I'll get weird. Let's take a look at your week ahead. Let's see your sign. Pisces, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So we have the Sagittarian card, Temperance. I told you guys it's showing up everywhere. So the North Node is right now, the South Node is with the Galactic Center now. So maybe that's why it's coming through. A lot of karmic stuff is showing up for us. So Pisces, the first thing is say, go slow, integrate. I feel already after I've done the 4 readings for you, the first 4 signs, that this is a week of integration, which means that everything's slowing down, and we're slowly combining things in order to move forward in a positive direction. This is in line with the astrology, because the astrology is quite calm now, but in a week or two's time, we're going to start again on a series of transits that are going to create a very volatile environment. We're already hearing this in the news. Kim Jong-un is in a coma, apparently. They don't know for sure because it's North Korea, but it does look like there's a transition of power to his sister, Kim Yo-young, right? And so it looks like she might be the next leader of North Korea. So these things will unfold. This is just one of the many things in the world politics that are happening right now. So this train is kind of leaving the station, and this is the energy for you as well. Not just in terms of politics, but in your everyday life. There's this sort of preparatory phase for all of us at this time. So you have the King of Cups, or the Knight of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. You're beginning, you're setting the stage for a direction you're about to go with things. You might be offering your heart to someone, or you might be thinking about becoming closer with someone, but it's in those initial stages. Page of Wands, beginning a new adventure, going in a new adventure, thinking about where you're going, kind of thinking about where you're going, where you feel inspired to. Let's see the next sign. We have the Six of Pentacles, Moon in Taurus. I have a feeling that where you're going is a great improvement from where you're at, Pisces. I do feel like you're moving into a place where there is a lot more generosity, a lot more money will come in for you. You're going to be with people that are not, there's been in your readings that stooge, you know, that some person's who is not giving a lot and they're always holding you back. The environment that you're moving into now is much more collaborative and much more like supportive of you. So you will have people who facilitate for you the progress you want to make. You'll be much less against the grain, against the kind of current of things. So you will have people who are supportive of the progress you want to go. Again, the sun in the center and the star on the bottom. That's really beautiful. You're moving to a very positive direction, Pisces. You're going to be very happy about the direction that you're going. And then we have the Nine of Wands. And so, okay. And so, excuse me, Nine of Wands. So it takes time. A couple of you guys already I see in transition. I think Sagittarius, Gemini, now Pisces. And so get yourself ready this week. It really feels like get yourself ready, organize your energy space and our energetic body, and then in some way take a step back and allow the outside world to kind of come into alignment with where you're going with things. Allow your energetic environment to fall in line with where you are going with things. I just remembered Aquarius is also going on a change. Then we have the King of Wands, Sag, Leo, and Aries, secondary transits. Wherever you're going, Pisces, it's something that you know a lot about. So whatever you're going into, not something new, but something that you know, have a lot of expertise in, that you know a lot of information. If you're doing something to do with work, or if you're doing something to do with like career, it's something that you're an expert at. So that thing that you know so well, that's where you are transitioning to, like a very supportive environment. And then we have the King of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Big decisions about career this week, Pisces. I feel like breaking away, taking a chance, going in a new direction, making money moves, very, very supportive people around you. Let's see the next message. We have the Hierophant, which is Taurus. Speaking from authority, on the bottom we have the Ace of Swords, a new beginning. You will communicate this new beginning. I think you're starting something. It's a fresh start, a way forward. A way forward, a fresh start, asserting yourself in a new direction. And I think that basically you are aligning with people in your expertise, like who you are and what you do. You are aligning with people who support that, and therefore you're working collaboratively in a space of mastery. So what that means is that around you there are people who recognize your talents and your gifts, and they are going to support you in going in the direction of those talents and gifts, and they're going to like boast you up, bring you up, and help you to be prosperous and successful, and that's where you will shine. So that's this week for you guys. So these are the initial stages of that direction for you, Pisces. So go slow, Temperance, go slow, and combine all the different things that are going on. Okay. Nine of Swords. Let's see the next sign. Gemini we've done, right? And then we have Gemini again. Sag we've done. Scorpio. Let's take a look at Scorpio. Okay. Sun, Moon, and Rising Scorpio. All right. Scorpio. Sun, Moon, and Rising. Let's take a look. So we have Ace of Swords. So an important communication happens between you and someone else, Scorpio. Either they reach out to you or you reach out to them. So something important is said. It's going to be life-changing. Okay. King of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, secondary transits in fire, Sagittarius, or Aries. A conversation with this person, somebody who has a very, very strong mind or opinion about things, and there will be conversation about the things that they believe. So they have the rules set a certain way, and there's going to be a conversation around that about what it means, and maybe even a challenge to those rules or the way that they have established things. So there's going to be a conversation about that. Queen of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Secondary transits in water, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. Conversation about things. Things are getting reconciled. I feel like somebody, this could be you, Scorpio, in some way asserting yourself about how you want things done a different way, okay? Because you're asserting your personal boundaries in a situation. You're saying, you know, I want things this way, or I don't want things this way, etc. Here is the next message. We have the Four of Wands, Sagittarius, or Aries. I don't know why I said that. That might be a channeled thing. Okay, so I feel like there's definitely like a reorganizing, relaying of the land that's going on in this situation. So you in some way want to change things up, transform things, and like if it's in your home, the way things are being done in your home, how people are behaving, there's going to be a direct conversation about the rules. And if it's just in your work or something like that, it's something in your like space of comfort, comfortable space in which you are being having a conversation about the way that it's organized. And I think that there's a challenge to the status quo that somebody else established. Okay. And then we have the World card. So expansion of the world and going in a different direction. I really feel like you're trying to be set free from underneath the circumspection of other people's opinions, and you're trying to like break the system or break the whatever has been happening. So it's like if this is your boss and they're like, oh well, or if this is your husband and they have like a certain set of, it almost feels like unspoken rules, like this person has established their way with you. These are not spoken words, these are understandings. And I think that there needs to be a conversation. There needs to be a conversation about these rules, about what's being said, about what's being done, and you need to in some way ask someone to kind of like, the way things are, I know it's become a habit, but it can't keep going this way anymore because I want to go big. I want to try something else. King of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, secondary transits in fire, Sagittarius, or Aries. So I feel as though maybe that there's, I think this could be an ex-husband, Scorpio, with whom you are in some way trying to there's a real feeling of distancing yourself. There's a real feeling of distancing yourself from a person and a situation or a system and moving towards someone new, or enjoying life a bit more, which is the King of Cups. This could be you enjoying life a bit more, taking more out of life, taking more for yourself in this situation. Here is the next message. We have the Hierophant. Okay, so communication to do with school or about school, communication at home. Maybe some of you guys are deciding to go to school because of the Rona situation. A lot of people are doing that. They're going back to school just to, you know, do something in the meantime. So maybe that's what's going on for you guys. But there's definitely some kind of communication, maybe a letter that's coming in for you guys this week. Then we have the Star. Okay, so the direction that you're going is sort of, I think, wherever your world's opening up to, your world's opening up to some new direction. It is going to lead you to something that's to do with fate. So you have to pursue that. In and of itself, I'm not sure if that's the end, if that is the end of the situation. So you might like travel somewhere, like go to the big city next to wherever you live. Go visit the big city, but for whatever you go to the big city for, that doesn't become the end, but while in the city or in that direction is the direction you're going to go. So you are supposed to, your instincts are right on this one. So I don't know if I'm explaining this right, but I feel like you're essentially going and expanding your horizons, you're expanding your like environment, and in that new environment you will find new things. And this is a big step for you because there has been restriction on that. So your world's opening up. And then we have the Three of Wands, Sag, Leo, or Aries. Again, it feels Sag, Leo, or Aries, Sag, Leo, or Aries. I think you're pursuing a new direction, and I think you have a lot of hope that is coming through in this direction. So you're hoping that somebody's going to reach out. Maybe at the beginning of the week you reach out to someone, and by the end of the week you're hoping that you're going to hear back from them. An invitation. You're waiting for an invitation. You're waiting to go a particular direction. Okay, so that's Scorpio. Let's take a look at the next sign. Cancer. Hi Cancer, let's take a look at, that's the third water sign. I think we're done with water, so let's take a look at Cancer. So we have the Magician first. Okay, so Cancer, this is a big week for you. Something important is going to happen. If you're a single Cancer, this always makes me feel that there's like an admirer, somebody who likes you, who wants to make the move. That's the Magician, because he needs to initiate. So somebody likes you, somebody wants to let you know that they like you, or you're making like a big decision. You're making a big step in your life. Page of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, secondary transits in Earth, Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. A beginning of an unexpected love shows up for you this week. Out of the blue, there's someone who comes in that you in some way didn't expect to have feelings for you, but they do. Or maybe you find something that you feel passion towards and you're going in that direction. Then you have the Four of Cups. There's definitely some kind of offer that's being made. Page of Cups and Four of Cups. Unexpected offer. Love is on the table. Somebody's reaching out to you, or something, some direction that you're pursuing is going to have a lot of positive emotional rewards. And then we have the Ace of Swords. And so I really feel this energy of reaching out. Somebody is reaching out to someone else with words. They're either sharing their feelings or, you know, talking about what they think about a situation. But there's definitely someone who is reaching out to someone else. Okay. Next message is the Eight of Pentacles, a Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn, secondary. That's a Virgo, Sun in Virgo. Why do I keep on Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn? Maybe. It feels like a new beginning for you, Cancer. Now I'm feeling like maybe for some of you this has to do with work, where you are invigorated with hope and excitement for the direction that you're going. So you're excited about the direction you're going. You're excited about the path forward. If you're at work, your work takes on a much more exciting pace. You get very much more excited about work, and you get down to business. You feel passion for it again. There's some improvement in work that makes it much more emotionally enjoyable. Sagittarian card showed up almost in every single reading. I feel like it's because the South Node is with the galactic center right now, so that's a very karmic sort of position. And so it's probably bringing up a lot of different things. Also, the temperament of the week is really like go slow and integrate. So Sagittarian card is about integration and bringing in the different things together to create something new. The message across the board is like go slow. You don't have to go fast in this situation. Just get it right and carefully put all the pieces together. Then we have the King of Swords. Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Somebody reaches out to you. So you've been on somebody's mind. They have a lot to say to you. I think it's favorable. I think that there's like a nice comment. Somebody discloses their feelings for you. There's definitely a conversation about someone's heart and feelings towards you. Then we have the Hierophant, Taurus. Your work is going to lead to possible opportunities in education. So you might end up going back to school with whatever you're working on now. That might lead to some kind of mastery or learning something to such a skill that you're going to increase. How do you say, you know how you go for your master's or your PhD after working for a while? There's going to be like a jump in your level of professionalism with regard to this situation. So whatever you're doing now, even if you think that it's like little things, that they're not big things and they don't matter, it's going to grow to something very, very important in your life. Okay. And then we have the Emperor as the outcome. I have a feeling that there's going to be for some of you guys, there's going to be a very long-term relationship ahead of you with this King of Swords. He could be a Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra, but he could be any sign. And I feel like there's a lot of conversations, like conversations around reason. Like there's going to be like logic, you know, like you're going to be talking to this king a lot to define the path that you're going. And there's a lot of like, how do you say, talking things through, reasoning things out, coming into like a very mature understanding of your relationship. And then we have the Three of Swords. Okay. So I feel like this is something to do with the past. There was a heartbreak in your past that had led to all these situations, Cancer. So I feel like it's been a while for some of you guys since you've been in love, whether you're in a relationship or whether you're out of a relationship. I think it sort of shut you down. And so now you have kind of hunkered down to do what you do to move forward in the direction you're going. And suddenly, once again, life is bringing into your life. Oh, the hummingbird came. Okay, so life is bringing to you these new opportunities, these new directions, and some of the small things that you're dealing with right now are going to grow to be the central tenets of your life. So big things ahead for Cancer, and this love is kind of emerging forward. It might be like a little hazy about who it is or what the feelings are at first. You might think this person is more of a friend at first, but I think that as time goes on, and your heart heals more, then I think that this person is going to be... Cancer is actually very like reason-based sign. There's a lot of emotional facets to it, but compared to Pisces and Scorpio, you guys are like, when you're with a Cancer in terms of a relationship, they assess they put a lot of effort into assessing what you know, a relationship will lead to. There's this like very pronounced desire to understand and reason. So I really feel like whoever you're talking to about relationships this week it's providing the basis for a very long-term relationship. Where's that King of Swords? There we go. So there's this like very prominent conversation, important conversation that you're having, Cancer, with someone, and it's very serious. It's the type of relationship that Cancers really thrive in. Strong emotional component, but like a lot of like, you know, discussions and about a lot of focus on it being right. So like the fit, like does that person do drugs? What's their job? What's their temperament? Like these kinds of reason analysis of what's safe and what's not. So there's this real kind of bonding, I'm doing it with my hands for you, that's happening between you and someone else, or that energy is coming towards you this week. So good luck with that. But it feels very serious and nice, so good luck. Okay, so Leo, happy birthday, you guys. Late a little bit, but some of you guys, yeah, happy birthday, Leo. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards. I got the Six of Cups when the cards flipped on my lap, so I feel like Leos have something going on with love right now, a shift in love, forgetting love of the past that wasn't working, and finally ready to embrace someone new in your heart. Nine of Wands, there's that. Kind of been sitting around for a while, Leo. You've been sitting around for a while waiting for the love that you want to come into your life, and you weren't ready, frankly. And I think that finally you've made that decision in your heart. I love the Judgment card. It's like, you know, it's that step when you realize like, okay, now I'm ready to love again, you know? And so you feel that reset. That reset often happens for you guys in the summertime. That's when your birthday is, and whatever's happened in the past year, past 2 years, 3 years, whatever, that really brought your heart down or made you question whether or not you were ready to love or willing to love. I think that that's the time, when your birthday, when you say goodbye to it, whatever it was, you know. And sometimes you have to wait for a couple months and just really think things through before you're finally to say to yourself, okay, let's love again. Leos don't stop loving in this. Leos, you know how like don't touch the burning stove, you say to kids, and they sometimes touch it, burn themselves, and then they will never touch it again. A Leo just constantly touches that love stove. Like they're always, you guys are always will approach love in this unabashed way. Leos get hurt in love a lot, but they also, when they find the right people who support that love and respect it, that's why Leos have some of the best relationships, because it always comes from such a unabashed way of loving, such a transparent love. So once again, your heart's opening and you're bringing in that energy again. It is the dog chasing its own tail. It is a little crazy, but it's also really beautiful. So it's nice to see this. Two of Pentacles. Okay, and so go slow at first. Again, the message this week isn't a fast-moving week by any means. It's very like setting the stage for the fall, and it's really a good idea not to push really fast this week, because you don't want to start creating for yourself all these things before all the energy starts shifting in September, because that's going to bring with it a whole bunch of other things. So you want to keep it minimal. Do with whatever happens, but don't start adding to your plate. Prepare yourself for September. Do whatever you need to do. Know that you're going to be very, very busy in September. So go slow and align yourself. I know it feels like you just want to run out the door and like hug the first person you see, but you really are being told here to go slow. Then we have the Four of Pentacles holding back. See, you've been on a reserved sort of path, Leo. You've been sort of, just guarded. You've been scathed before, like love scathed you again, and now you're healing that, and it's hard. It's not your weakness, it's your bravery, you know. That's a brave thing to love so openly that you're open to being hurt, and you know it. It's like at this point you know that that's a part of that can happen, you know. it's not about enabling being hurt, but it's a type, when you love so selflessly and so holistically with such an open heart, you know, that's a very brave, that's a point of bravery. It's not a point of weakness. And so you're getting back to that place where you can love like that again. You're only human, you know, whatever scathed you in the past, you sort of backed off of and hid from, you know, it hurt your feelings. And it takes time for people to heal. So it's good that now you have healed and now you're at it again. You're proving the world wrong, you know, you're trying to bring love into the world. And then we have the Four of Wands. So I feel like, again, a lot of people, like, I know it's, you know, isolation station or whatever time going on, but I do feel like you're thriving inside of your home this week. Okay, let's see the next message. We have the Chariot. So it's like sitting at home, figuring it out until you get it. Chariot is the emotional overcoming of whatever has held you back or whatever was the problem. Here is the next message, the Magician, Four of Pentacles. Somebody's going to knock on your door and they're going to be amazing. So I do feel like you don't have to hurry. You don't have to put yourself out there. I do think that somebody's coming your way fairly soon. And I feel, those of you who are single, I think that you are going to meet someone new. And I do think that they may already know you and they may already be figuring out like how they can make a connection with you. Queen of Cups. Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, secondary transits in water. So healing your heart until you're good, until you're ready to kind of, you know, you have to sort of figure out all the hurtful things that happened to you in the past and find your narrative to answer them, to find a solution to whatever hurt you. And so in some way, you're making peace with that. And then we have the High Priestess. So some of you guys might consult an oracle this week. Hey girl, hey. Some of you guys might consult oracle this week. I do feel like you will receive very valuable knowledge if you do seek some kind of counsel. This could be through a friend, but I do feel like it's like premonition based. Somebody's telling you insights about which direction to go. And I feel like you feel... It's very similar to Aquarius. It's like you feel like you're on the, how do you say? You're on the beginning steps of destiny, and you feel there's a lot in front of you right now. And you're just at the beginning journey of this, and you're just getting familiar with what that is. What are all these situations about? Okay. So thank you guys so much for watching. Now let's move on to the other sign. If somebody in chat can remind me who the signs that we have left are. Scorpio we've done. Scorpio we've done. Cancer we've done. Pisces we've done. We've done a lot of them. Pisces we've done. Pisces we've done. Sag we've done. Sag we've done. Sag we've done. I think like Capricorn, Virgo, and Libra I haven't done. Scorpio, Aries we haven't done. Leo we've done Leo. We did Leo. We just did Leo. Scorpio we've done. Libra, there we go. Libra, Sun, Moon, and Rising. Hey guys. All right, so let's see what's going on for you guys this week. Okay. Let's see what this week is like for Libras, Sun, Moon, and Rising. So we have the Star first. Okay, so Destiny calls your name. This could be Aquarius. This is the card of Aquarius, but not for all of you guys. Fated events this week, Libra. Very important things coming to you in your life. And then we have the Five of Cups. So you've been held back by a situation, Libra. There was a situation that in some way has been afflicting your ability to move past situations. That situation, it's like a broken heart over something, sadness over something, disappointment by something, a way that people treated you over and over again that made a habit in your life, that it is that way in your life. That blockage is being removed. It's an energetic block that in some way, it's like when you need a friend to help you, there's always like they're not there. And that's because maybe when you were young, somebody wasn't there for you. That blockage is being removed. And now there's going to be a big leap towards your destiny. Let's see the next message. We have the Five of Swords. Oh, lots of fives, Libra. There's going to be a direct confrontation of something. There's going to be an event in your life this week in which you quickly, it's not going to be a conflict like an argument or a fight necessarily, but there's going to be a situation in which that blockage gets really resolved. It's like maybe you're going to call someone and, like, let's use the example of asking for a ride somewhere or asking for support in a situation and feeling like people let you down in circumstances when you ask for help, okay? And that's because when you were young, you asked for help and people didn't help you. And now that's something that haunts you, yeah? So if it's that kind of situation, you might be in a circumstance this week in which you ask for help and then someone's going to turn you down, someone who you kind of anticipated you wished would help you, that you thought you helped them a lot or something else. And something clicks in your brain this week, Libra, where when they do that, it's not like a fight, but you sort of, you're no longer enabling that and you turn your back on it. So whatever happens, it's a really quick shift where there's something that happens and then you understand and then you sort of realize it's a situation that haunts you, the disappointment by other people. This week will be a situation that triggers that, but within that trigger, you will in some way confront what the demon is, right? And turn your back on it and probably eliminate a big portion of that. Let's see the next message. We have the Six of Cups. There's I see. So, okay. So it really feels like a situation to do with early childhood. And sometimes one of the hardest things about leaving trauma behind or hurt feelings or bad patterns is people who love us also hurt us. So it could be sometimes, not all, but like that's where it's hard to step away from certain bad situations for us because there is love there. So maybe your grandpa who let you down also loved you very much and maybe you loved him. So maybe there isn't that, how do you say, like black and white scenario. And that's what makes it hard for you to recognize how bad of a pattern he started you off on, right? Poor grandpa, I always pick on him. Because of the love that you share with him or have for him or something else. That's just an example. And so this week, in some way, you separate the love from the hurt, and you're going to be moving forward much less susceptible for people to pick on, that way, where they sort of are nice to you or they love you, but yet they don't do the things that, people who love you should do, that kind of thing, okay? So you have the Nine of Cups. This is a deep reading. Let me know in the comments if you guys like the 7-day reading or this one. Maybe we can do one each every other week. Okay, and so you're set free, Libra. You're letting go or being released from the things that bind you down, that hold you back. It's the attitude from other people. Four of Cups next. And I think you'll find it's almost like, that's it. It feels like, in our analogy of someone not helping you out when you need help, I think it's very likely that many of you will find help in a different direction. So the narrative's going to shift for you, Libra, a little bit. It's going to be different than it was before, where you were left high and dry. Now something good in a positive direction will come forward for you. Then we have the Eight of Swords. Okay. Yeah, you feel guilt, responsibility, ties to the past. The love that you shared with someone else is holding you back from making a decision about what's right for you. And I think that you're reconciling that. I think you're finally letting go of the guilt, of the attachment, the excuses, excusing the bad because you love them so much. You're letting go of that this week. Let's see the next message. We have the Three of Wands, energy coming in, generosity coming in, Eight of Swords, Three of Wands. Positive outcomes in a new direction. The world supports you in the direction that you're going, Libra, away from the disappointment and the bad behavior of other people. So I think that this is a shift. It's very important. You know, we have these patterns that we grow into when we're kids, right? And so by experiencing a certain type of pattern, whatever that pattern is, we get trapped in it. And if it's an unhealthy pattern, then that can be very destructive to a person's life. That's what's leaving your life this week, Libra. And in place of emptiness or love that's only superficial or love that is fickle, you're going to be turning towards love and friendship that is there for you, that is solid, and that's good. This is really wonderful. And then we have the King of Cups. So you're supposed to reach out to other people. So when the situation happens, when you call a friend for a ride and they're like, no, I'm sorry, but you've already helped them so many times. This is your call to action to call another friend, you know, cast your nets wider, turn your back on the bad energy that's in your life and go towards the good. It's going to be very supportive. This is the right time to make that change. Okay, cool, Libra. I'm happy for you. That's a nice vibe. Turn your back on the sadness and I'm getting mostly for you guys, the feelings of abandonment and disappointment and rejection, or you know, the failure of people to do what they're supposed to do in your direction. Okay, and that can feel very stunting when people do that to us, when they're not there for us in the way that we need them to be. And I feel like you're getting the counterbalance to that, and you're not going to feel so trapped in those feelings anymore. And now you get to go forward and find good friends and good energy. Okay, cool. Cancer we've done. Yeah, and that Libra's was actually really intense. Aries, Virgo, and something else. Capricorn, right? Okay. Cancer. Capricorn, hey, you're not last, guys. How are you doing? Capricorns are last because the tarot knows that Capricorn is chill and will be tolerant of it. Okay, so let's see. Capricorn, there's lots of bees around. My new hummingbird feeder is attracting a lot of bees. A bee died in front of me the other day. It was really, really heartbreaking. It fell to the floor in front of me on the deck. It was sad. Okay, Capricorn, let's rock and roll. So we have the Magician. Well, the Magician's making rounds, so people are telling other people that they love them. A big decision to move forward, Capricorn. An important conversation with your father for some of you guys. Nine of Wands. So I feel as though you're paused in a situation and you're having a conversation with a very powerful person. This person's giving you a lot of insight into which way to go. Queen of Pentacles, that's you. Virgo, Taurus, or Capricorn. Secondary transits in water, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. So I feel like you've taken a pause out of something in life and you are talking with someone who's giving you insight about your personal boundaries. This person in some way is telling you, like, they're reinforcing the strength of your personal boundaries. Let me explain. So what this means is that when you stick up for your personal boundaries, it takes a lot of energy to do that. People sometimes don't understand and you have to explain it, and it kind of wears you down. This is a conversation that you are having with someone who is in some way, this is a person, a conversation with someone who is explaining to you your boundaries in such a way that you get extra energy for sticking up for yourself. So you will feel more energy for sticking up for yourself. You will feel like, once again, like if you're bound, like, it's hard to say, like, hi guys, don't steal, pick a card, right? So you get worn down after a while when you're dealing with the BS of that. This is just an example. And I feel like you have a conversation with someone that sort of builds up your ego or builds up your strength to feel like your boundaries are sound. So whatever you're saying no to, whatever you're saying kind of like, hey, that's not fair, it's tired you out. You know, whatever you're asserting, pick a card was just an example, but whatever it is in your life, you're going to have a conversation that makes you feel more confident about sticking up for your rights and saying, that's what I want in my life. That's, you know, these are my personal boundaries. So once again, like, you know, your rules for yourself, you are in some way reinforcing that rule for yourself. You're once again feeling stronger about your conviction about what you want and what you don't want around. Then we have the Ace of Swords, definitely communication, information coming in, insight, giving you strength, giving you momentum. Let's see the next message. The Seven of Pentacles, investment in the future and a decision to move forward. I have a feeling, Capricorn, you have a lot ahead of you. You will have a lot of success ahead of you. And I feel like getting right with your personal boundaries this week is so important to that. Go slow like everybody else. Everybody's having a slow week. Go slow, invest in the future. Get really confident about your personal boundaries. Talk to someone who really empowers you to feel entitled in the healthy sense. Feel entitled to your personal boundaries. What's yours is yours. What's mine is mine kind of realization, and make paths sort of to move forward. Rise. It's kind of like take the high road in this situation. Rise above. Then we have the Empress. Okay. And so I feel like the things that you do for yourself this week, Capricorn, have to do with your progress forward, your life forward, where things will evolve. The current situations that you're interacting with, work, business, maybe even some casual friends, they're not the people that are going to be your future anyway. So focus on yourself. It's still not here as to what it's going to be. But this is the starting place. So you may not see where your life is going to, Capricorn, yet. But the energy, how you respect yourself right now, and how you treat your property, yourself, your environment, will be the context in which you exist later, if that makes sense. So when the people that you will be with, when the opportunities that you'll have come in, you are going to, you are preparing yourself for that, and you don't see those things yet, but they're coming, okay? They're coming, and you will, and everything that you do now, your strength of character and your fortitude will lead you in that direction, you know? So take the high road and go in that direction, away from anything that sort of second guesses your personal boundaries, personal rights. Here is the next message. We have the Fool. And so I feel like you're definitely talking with someone about a new beginning. And again, it's very similar to Aquarius, where where you're going, the people around you don't necessarily understand. So it's kind of futile for you to try to explain it to them, yeah? Then we have the Seven of Wands, sticking up for yourself, Capricorn, going forward in a new direction. And then we have the Two of Wands. Those visions, you are going to be led in a very specific direction. King of Cups on the bottom. And you have a destiny ahead of you, Capricorn, and you are now formulating the beginning stages of that. This week, I feel like it's very important for you to stick to your vision, stick to your personal boundaries. It's invest in your future. Know that the things that you're interacting with are not the ends to which you'll be dealing with. So where you are going next, you don't really see it. So just keep going and deal with what you're doing. And don't be so triggered or upset by the things that are going on for you right now or around you right now, because they're not the consequences, they're not the outcomes. Okay, that's what the message is saying. But you're going to a very, for some of you, you're starting a family and you're just not seeing it yet. And so therefore, it's important, no matter what your situation is, not to problematize your current circumstances by having sloppy boundaries. It's important for you to actually be very strict about your value in society, your value in your community, and fight for that. Okay? Okay. Okay, so let's see the next sign. Cancer, Aries or Virgo, right? Aries or Virgo? Am I missing a sign? Aries or Virgo, right? Virgo. Hey Virgo, happy birthday, you guys. Let's take a look at your sign. Okay, hold on. Okay, Virgos. Hi, Virgos. Let's take a look at your signs. Okay, let's see your week. So we have the Wheel of Fortune, a change for the better. Let's take a look at what's going on. So we have the Page of Pentacles, a new direction. You're thinking about something new. You're thinking about taking a new direction in life, a new opportunity. You might be dealing with someone who's younger than you this week. Then we have the Lovers, Gemini. A younger family member is around this week. You're spending time with someone who's younger. This could be a niece or a nephew, child, your child also. And the King of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. So I feel like beginning something new in a new direction. There's a real, how do you say this? Let's see, Seven of Swords. You're contemplating your future with someone. You're contemplating your future with someone, and you're trying to deliberate whether or not there's that's the direction you want to take. I do have a feeling that some of you guys are wondering about how to get out of it, how to get out of this direction that you're going. There's a real question. You're thinking about love. You're thinking about family. You're thinking about fidelity in a certain direction. And there's a feeling of wanting to... You don't like where things are going. You don't like the responsibilities that you're getting yourself caught up in. You don't like the direction that you're going, Virgo. And a part of you wants to, get away, or wants to distance yourself because you feel like something has been imposed on you. It's like a relationship that moved too fast and suddenly you're engaged and you're like thinking to yourself like, when did that happen? Is that what I really want? Okay, let's see the next message. We have the Moon. So yeah, definitely shady feelings about commitment towards someone else. I have a feeling that, Virgos can be very generous and very helpful or malleable, like willing to help or willing to give. And so people sometimes assume that they can just... Virgo will give, so this is the direction things are going. But then a Virgo can also sort of realize that hey, they are just assuming that they're expecting, they're entitled, they feel entitled to this direction. And I'm not sure if I feel so good about this direction. That's what I get. You're thinking about a direction, but I don't think you have some cold feet. Eight of Cups. See, I think that there's this, somebody's expecting something from you, and I don't feel like you're feeling super there, Virgo. I don't feel like you feel super, like that's the direction you want to go. I think that somebody's signing you up for something that you didn't sign up for, and so you got to check your signatures. Five of Swords. There's definitely a feeling of not feeling excited about a direction that you are going. Let's see the next message. We have the Sun. So having said that, there's also a feeling that you may come to change something, or you may come to change your mind. And so it's good to have questions about where things are going. I would say don't say anything yet, Virgo. I feel like you need to think things through in this situation because there's a lot of light. This is the sun. So there's a flip side of this where there's something really good for you. There's things that maybe you're not considering that are positives. There might be like for the drawbacks that you're thinking about right now, there might be actually very positive aspects to this situation. So allow yourself to have these feelings. Maybe pull away from whatever's trying to draw you in like a black hole, like suck you in like a black hole. Maybe you need some distance from that. But then maybe there's an aspect to it that brings light and positivity, and there's a lot of good behind what's going on. And then we have the devil. Okay, so it's that feeling of being trapped by somebody else's. I'm sorry, you guys. I know some of you guys, it's your birthday, but there's a real feeling of being trapped by somebody else's volition. You know, like somebody else wants something for you. They in some way have kind of burrowed themselves into your life, into your situation. And I think that you don't feel 100% about it right now. So 5 of Cups, disappointment. I really feel like, Virgo, look at all these cards. I really feel that you don't feel super great. Virgo, Sun in Virgo. The truth in this reading is that you don't like the situation that you're in one way or another, and especially to do with a family relationship, a romance, or a private relationship, a friendship. And somebody has either guilt tripped you or somehow maneuvered into a relationship that you don't want to be in, or you don't want it to be this way, where you're getting signed up for something that you're not sure you're on board for. And so the worst part about this that I'm feeling is that in some way it was like somebody who you can't reason with it. This person in some way didn't do it to be malicious. It almost feels like covert narcissism, you know, where they sort of, you didn't see it happening and here you are. They just sort of, they were looking for someone to take care of them and you were there, and they assumed that about you, and so you found yourself in another situation where someone just I don't know. I wouldn't say like narcissism, like just using you. I don't think it's like that. I feel like it's more, I don't know. It's like, you know, that this person was looking for someone to nurture them. This person was looking for someone to help them out, and they saw in you an opportunity for that. And I feel like while you work, you see in perspective about how that works, about like the subconscious manipulation that this person is put you in, or this situation has put you in. This situation is it's like a wake-up call when you realize that you come to realize, Sun in Virgo, Sun is shining into Virgo, you realize that you've become captive to a relationship or a situation that you don't want, and it's out of goodwill towards others that you've gotten trapped in it. And I think that you in some way recognize in all that that what you really want, and you have to fight for the Sun, Virgo. I think what this is really clearly telling me, and Sun is in Virgo now, that you need to get out of a situation that you don't want to be in. And it has to be tactful because it's somebody who's close to you. It's somebody who you have a personal relationship with, that you feel close to. It really feels like something that you've woken up and you're in a marriage you don't want to be in. You've woken up and you're taking care of somebody's mother, you know, like your mother-in-law, and you never signed up for it. And out of like good Samaritanism or good faith, you've gotten yourself stuck in something that's not yours. You've gotten yourself stuck in somebody's karma. And remember, when people are learning to skate, for example, or when people are drowning, you have to be very careful, because when you skate with someone who's learning to skate, they'll pull you down with them. So it's not like I'm saying like this person's an evil person in your life. They were just desperate for someone to help them maintain stability, but they've sucked you into whatever, you know, negative space they're in, and you need to free yourself. And I think you're coming into awareness about that, and that's important. You've realized that you've gaslit yourself into accepting and taking care of someone or something again, and you're just like, this is not what I signed up for. This is not what I want. So flip the script, Virgo. You'll do fine. I'm sorry, I wish it was happier week, but it's remember, this week is all about preparing ourselves for September, and so some of that comes with awareness and realizations and all of those things. So better take care of that now, Virgo. And then Aries is last but not least, right? Aries, let's see what's going on. Virgo's helping again. Okay, so let's take a look at your cards. So we have the Nine of Cups. Okay, so Nine of Cups. Okay, so fulfillment of wishes, Aries. Something that you really want is happening for you. I think that you have a lot to draw from in the current situations that you're in. Okay, and then we have the Two of Cups. So there's a lot of good faith. There's a lot of love around you. Somebody loves you a lot. There's a lot there behind it, so it's not going to run out anytime soon. There's a really powerful connection between you and someone else. You're really coming in on a high note here. And then we have the Sun. Happiness, joy, celebration, all of that stuff. It's all growth and potential, abundance, and yeah, a lot of growth potential and abundance and success. It almost feels like you're in the Garden of Eden this week, where there's like, it's like being in love with someone for the first time, and it's still a new love, and it's exciting, and you're excited to have met them, and you can't believe your eyes. Or you're spending a lot of time daydreaming this week and thinking about such a love and just being very happy and just really having a nice time. Then we have the Empress. So Aries, you're feeling a lot right now. Nine of Swords. You're feeling a lot right now. You're feeling a lot of love. You're probably thinking about your mother a lot, maybe because it's reminding you of her, like there's something that's reminding you of your mother. That's really beautiful. And then you have the Eight of Pentacles, Sun in Virgo. That's the season that we're in. And so I have a feeling that this is a very harmonious week for you, where you spend a lot of time with a loved one. If you're single, Aries, then you're thinking a lot about love. Also, work is very harmonious. You're in the flow of things. Things are going well. Nine of Pentacles, good money coming in. Aries, this is your time. Look at this. So you have all this opportunity, financial success. You have a lot to show for yourself. You've come through a piece of a time of relative harmony. Then we have the Three of Swords. So think healing is especially those of you who have lost your moms. There's a lot of healing that happens to her memory this week. Or if you've had a mother relationship that was very painful for you or hurtful, there was this lot of healing that came through with that. There was a lot of healing for that memory, for whatever was so painful for you, Aries. You're healing your mother bond. And then you have the Fool, a new direction, Eight of Pentacles. So new beginnings in work are around the corner for you, Aries. New opportunities in work. And then we have the Seven of Cups. So I think that in some way, okay, so Seven of Pentacles, investment in the future. This is the theme for this week. But I feel like hurt to do with your mother, like hurt to do with your mother relationship in some way, is obscuring the positivity that you have worked up in your life to the point that you don't know where to ground your energy. So in other words, I feel like it's diffusing the opportunities to the point that there's a storm around you, Aries, and in some way your goal is to settle it down, let the dust fall so you can find these things in your life right now. So it's something's making you upset, Aries, and these new beginnings that have started for you, all this beautiful, beautiful energy is suddenly becoming a storm because of the past baggage that you have, and we all have baggage. So the point, what this is saying is that you have wonderful opportunities for you this week. And I think that you're really finding a heart-based connection with someone, and one that's healing and that's new and fresh or very healthy, without the pain of the past, without the heartache of the past. And so you need to, in some way, it's saying, face the heartache. The heartache sort of is triggering you, thinking about the past, thinking about something that hurt you in the past. It's triggering you to not see the brightness of your current circumstances, and you sort of kind of like getting lost in a store when you're 4 years old and looking for your mom, right? So it's like you need to, in some way, remove the fear, remove the anxiety from the past, because what's coming for you is a really wonderful future. And like I said, there's really a loving energy around you, somebody who brings a lot of love in. There's a lot of love there for you. So I would look forward to that. That's what the Seven of Cups, feeling overwhelmed, feeling like disoriented in terms of what's best for you because other things are tugging at your heart. So try to address whatever memories are coming up for you so you don't feel overwhelmed, and so that you can celebrate the good work that you've put in and all your success, okay? So I think that's everyone. I thank you guys so much for hearing me out in the beginning, and thank you guys to everybody who was watching. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And yeah, there'll be a lot more videos coming out. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make the energy real. I hope you guys have a wonderful week. And let me know whether you prefer this 9-card spread or if you prefer the 7-card spread with the pick a card, okay? Thank you guys again.